So this is beech,
Like
and it is one of like the big like the big trees above.
Yeah.
And it is one of the species that keeps it. You know, the leaves die in autumn, but they don't drop off.
Because it's got the new buds coming through, hasn't it? But it's just still holding on to that.
That one's butterbur. It's really, really fabulous plant coming up.
And is that like the ends of it got like little flowers on it?
Yeah.
Very lovely.
Very early plant, often by water.
Look at the view of Pendle Hill. It's just
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
there, isn't it? That's such a present.
Oh, and this is common polypody. This is like a nice fern.
Oh, I can see like the little polyps.
It's beautiful, isn't it? You often get it growing in like the elbow of a tree.
The trees are quite prominent rather than the smaller plants and the grasses. The trees are really obvious here, and because it's between the motorway, it seems like they've been planted potentially as a buffer.
This walk runs along through Nelson. We set off quite close to the motorway, which is a constant companion to the canal, I would say. It is so dominant sound-wise.
I think that's the thing for me is a difference between modern day life and really busy, 70 miles an hour on a motorway, and just a few feet away you've got this peacefulness, this calmness, and people and nature doing its own little thing.
Oh, look at this row of dandelions in the cracks.
Oh, nothing that just that shine, shimmer of yellow there. This bit of the walk sort of through Nelson has been really industrial, but in a very different way. So rather than the big mills that we're used to seeing sort of along the canal, or that we associate with the canal, lots of smaller buildings, they've been abandoned, but they're almost kind of like repurposed as well. And it's just sort of in the heart of the community, and it's the town centre. It's very well accessed.
Look at these. They stood on one leg.
Okay.
You get more aware of the noise of the road now, don't you?
Yeah. It's very present, isn't it?
But it is like a little ribbon of tranquility meandering its way through like really busy areas, isn't it?
It offers like a bit of a sanctuary, really, a space for you to kind of get away from everyday life. It's a space to bring your children to as well.
It's a nice big horse chestnut.
Oh yeah.
With really big buds on it.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, that has lovely
Real
big
presence.
huge blossom, like flowers on it that attract bees. I think that coming up,
Butterbur?
no, I think that's the beginnings of field horsetail coming up, and that is really rather lovely.
What's that one there?
So that one's groundsel,
Groundsel.
and that's got a little yellow flower on it when it comes out. Get it a lot in the pavement. These are going to be ferns coming up,
Oh yeah.
all of these. A bit more ash. You can tell it's an ash because it's got like black buds,
They're really dark, aren't they?
and they're quite
like a matte.
obvious. Yeah,
Very matte as well.
Yeah.
You don't look.
and it'll be a while before an ash tree comes out. They're not an early one. Oh, look at that.
On there.
Oh, that's lovely.
Beautiful.
I picked Whitefield Mill as a point of interest on the walk because when it was fully operational, it was listed as having over 800 looms. Well, that's vast. It's like a really quiet place now. And of course, you can imagine how incredible it was at the time. The noise, the sights, the sounds, the smells of the mill.
There's little archway windows, and they've got like a wooden shutter. It's that's just those little bits of sort of attention to detail for me that really matter and kind of shows the pride that people had in what they were building and in their area.
There's a lot of roads, rail and canal that all run parallel, and I thought that was quite important, that road has taken over from the use of the canals. You do end up out more into a rural setting where you can see out over to the hills. It's really nice, varied walk within 30 minutes.